En Emerson. Mi nombre es Fabián Cerrillo Lozano, trabajo en Emerson. Tengo 21 años trabajando en esta empresa y soy encargado de la planeación, de la producción y de las ventas aquí. Mi puesto es Master Planner Scheduler.
Okay, we're going to start with the interview. So the first question is, how do you define project master planning or PMP?
How do you what? I'm sorry.
How do you define project master planning?
I would define the master planning as the task of receiving the volumes from the customers and convert all those volumes into a line capacity, into line rates, into people or headcounts, into budgets, and this is created every month as we receive an update on the volumes from the customers every month, and we have a renewal of our plans based on that new information we are receiving every month. Basically, that's my work.
Okay. The second question is, how do you define MRP, Master Requirement Planning?
MRP is the second step of the planning. Once we receive the volumes, I mean, there's people that is in charge of reflect all those volumes in the system. So if the system will reflect the demand at component level, so our suppliers know what are our needs from them in terms of quantity, time, basically. Okay. Part numbers. I mean, by part numbers, of course.
Okay. The question number 3 is, how do you define MPS, Master Production Schedule?
It has to do pretty much with leveling what our needs are for a specific production line. For instance, we have a line, let's say line 1, we can make only 2,000 pieces a day. That means the MPS is able to schedule only 2,000 pieces a day, but he is also in charge of break down all those 2,000 pieces into a mix of SKU numbers, of finished good numbers that satisfy our customers' demand.
The next question is, what does it take to make a PMP?
It takes, it's a lot of work. It takes us, I mean, me and my team, it takes us 2 or 3 days, probably more. And so we complete the process of converting all the supplier volumes into line rates and as well as requirements for our suppliers.
Okay. And what does it take to make a MRP, Master Requirement Planning?
This is a more, it's a different work because it takes, it's a work that goes in daily basis. And it's a never-ending work. I mean, every day they have to be adjusting our requirements to the suppliers because the MPSs are the same way adjusting our production plans based on the changes on the demand from our customers. So the material requirement is a never-ending task that it takes every day and in daily basis. Basically, that's the work of procuring the components for the plant.
Thank you. Well, basically, the next question is like the last ones. I'm gonna ask you, what does it takes to make an MPS, a master production schedule?
What you mean? What does it take? What is involved in that process, or how long it takes us to make a plan?
I mean, both, as you wish,
Okay.
as you want to describe us how an MPS is created. It's okay.
Okay. Well, it has to do when we receive the volume from our customers, we translate those into weekly buckets that should be aligned to the capacity we have in a certain line. For instance, if I load in the system 1,000 units in one line a day, means that the line is capable to produce 5,000 units a week. So we work down in this plant, I'm sorry, in weekly basis in terms of production or MPS.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. I'm sorry for your answers, and I'm sorry that these first questions were like so repetitive, but we wanted to hear the words of a person that has those many years of experience.
No problem.
But yeah,
I'm
thank
happy
you.
to help. Happy to help, no problem.
Yeah, thank you. Well, basically, next questions is throughout in your working life. I mean, during all your working experience years, had these tools been implemented on every company you have worked on that you already had been there?
Well, let's say that, I mean, the system, which is normally called MRP, which is not this IRP, because it's not only about, I mean, it's not only to make the planning, it is also to make, to have inputs from different departments in the plant, finances, for instance, engineering as well, and human resources too. So our system is JD Edwards, and we have some other tools like reports interface that downloads from the system in a more familiar way every kind of report we need. So we can work with both tools and have the information when we require it.
Thank you. Actually, as we go on, there is a question about what you just said. But yeah, then the next question, which of them apply to the company you're currently in? And I think that you already mentioned it, that you have many tools, and also you
Yes,
apply
we
them
have a lot.
currently.
We have a lot. Well, I'm not sure what you mean tools. For me, tools is the system. For me, tools is Excel. For me, tools is the interface we have, so we can download from the system all the information we need, reports and stuff like that. If you mean tools, those are our main tools we have in the plant.
Okay. Well, and you said that these tools are, well, there are many tools there, and they are implemented there at where you work at. and now I want to ask you, how are they implemented and how are they used?
Okay, okay. Well, one of the ways we have implemented those tools could be uh, to let know the entire group of let's say the staff, for instance, um, so we can let know everyone's what are the plans for the plant when we have a renewal on our volumes or plant every month. So we can send it over to everyone involved, so everyone could be aware that the plans are changing or are not changing, and they do whatever they have to do to meet with their part in the new plan.
Thank you. Well, the last question for me. What do you think, person, as well, what's your opinion about what do you think that would happen if these tools weren't used?
We wouldn't make it. We wouldn't be able to make it. You know, we need those tools. I mean, it's part of the job. If we don't, if we wouldn't have it, we wouldn't be able to perform our job. Those are necessary, absolutely necessary.
So do you think that they play a crucial role in the company?
Crucial role, right? That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So
that's crazy. Well, thank you.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now I will be making you the questions. The first one is, how often does the company use these tools?
How often? Every day. As I said, we wouldn't be able to perform our tasks, our jobs, our work, I'm sorry, down in the plant if we wouldn't have those tools. Can you imagine that as we were in the 70s or the 80s probably, doing the calculations with paper and a pencil and probably a calculator, we wouldn't be able to make it the way we do it currently without those tools.
Okay, perfect. The next question is, who oversees these plans? For example, a supervisor checks them to see if they are correct, or?
Well, yes, there's a group of people I belong to that we all get together and review the plans and see what should be corrected or check what should be presented in a different way, so it becomes more useful for the plant. Not, I mean, could be very useful for a department, but not as useful for the other one. But what we are chasing when we get together is to find a way that could be the more useful for the entire plant, for this plant entirely. I mean, as an entity.
Okay, thank you. The next one is, what disadvantages do you find in these methods?
Well, it takes a lot of time. We would like to release the plan the first working day of every month, but we cannot do it because we have to get together and review it and find the wiser way possible to present the plan.
Yeah, I think it's a hard work, I can't imagine.
It is.
Yeah. The next one is, what would you add or improve on these tools?
Probably the system we use here is not very friendly. I don't know any other system because I've been here for 21 years, as like I said. And I would, I think for people that have become part of this plant coming from somewhere else and telling me that other systems are much better, I mean, way much better than the ones we have here, Oracle and some others that you could see around the industry.
Okay, thank you. And the last one for my part is, these tools require a format?
In format, I think I am not following you. A format, you mean the format like the cells in Excel, or what format?
Yeah, is there like a standard like sheet to make them?
Standard. Well, what I can tell you is in this corporation, there's 50 or 56 plants around the world. And we have a standard to perform so we can be aligned to the process that the other plants have. And we have to meet with that, but I would need to be more specific. If you need it, I could, in order to let you know that we have to stick to a standard based on the standard of the corporation, not only this plant.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, it's my turn. About the last question, if any format is used, is this unique to the company?
Yes, I can, yes, it is. For instance, I can see what the plan is for the plan that we have in Juarez. I can see what the plan is that for the plan we have at El Paso, and as well for Guadalajara, and other in McAllen. So it's I mean, is this the same system work the same way for every plant in the corporation? I mean, the corporation has 10 divisions, or I don't know, probably, but in this division, the system is the same for all the plants. I mean, not all the plants, because some others are not plants where they don't manufacture anything, but they receive the products and ship to the customers. But we all use the same plant and the same system, I'm sorry, and we can share many things through it. And also they can check what we are doing down here through our system.
Okay, thank you. The next question is there an exclusive department for these plans?
Well, I belong to the materials department, and we are in charge of doing the plans for, like I said at the very beginning of this conference, that we are in charge of receiving, knowing what the customer needs, and so we can adapt our plans to make it useful for all those needs that our customer has.
Okay, okay. When you enter a company, do they tell you the characteristics that each one should include?
I don't remember. It's long ago. I mean, ages ago, and I didn't know that this was going to be as unfriendly as it is. But going ahead in time, I mean, after 2 or 3 years, I accommodate to it, and I get over it, and I am I would say an expert in this system. but it took me 2 or 3 years, yeah, at the very beginning.
Okay, okay. And the last question is, how is the process of a NPS carried out in relation to the suppliers?
Like I said in one of the questions, it takes that we somehow load our customers' demand, the system do their work, I mean, explosion of the components requirement, so our suppliers see on their side what we need. But if we don't change anything from our side on the customer's demand, anything will change on the component planning. So we need to change something to make a change at the other end of the process.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Paula, and I'm going to ask you some more questions. The first one is, how effective is the use of MRP for solving inventory management problems?
I mean, we couldn't make it if we don't have it, you know. It's crucial. It's crucial. We wouldn't be able, like I said, we wouldn't be able to have a piece of paper, pencil, and a calculator, and try to get all the problems together into that paper and try to find out what is going on in order to control the inventory, for instance, as an example, the inventories or whatever. I mean, name it, all the problems we have and that are solved at any time through the system. It's crucial. We wouldn't be able to make it.
Okay, thank you. And another question is, to what, how much cost the implementation of the MRP affect in the company?
Well, in terms of money, you mean? How much cost it?
Yes.
I don't know. I have no idea, but we are talking about millions of dollars because we have to be paying royalties for using it. I don't have any idea, but we are talking about millions of dollars.
Okay, thank you. Another question is, what are the disadvantages specifically with MRP, of using MRP?
I couldn't imagine any other system or any other tool better than MRP. I mean, that is, I think that's one of the reasons that all the industry uses it. And I don't see any disadvantage. And I would say that probably a disadvantage would be with the system we have, which is not a NAS release of the MRP that as others like Oracle and stuff like that. We don't have it, but we wouldn't make it without the one we have. As bad as it is, we need it.
Okay, thank you. And the last question is, how effective is PMP to achieve goals? Like, have you ever have a challenge with this tool?
PMP, please define, you said, Paula, please define PMP.
Yes, is project master planning.
Oh, project master planning.
Yes.
Well, what I can tell you is that I don't have any plan right now. We are going, taking the day by day work of, are you back? You're back, okay. I don't have any project right now, but the entire project, not for me, but for the plant, is have delivered to our customers at 95% for the day they request our product. I mean, if I sent 95% to the request date, which is the day that the customer needed delivered in their company, in their house, it's one of the projects we have. One of the main, I mean, in the planning side of this work.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello, my name is Luis, and my question is, which information you consider the most important for developing these tools? I mean, MRP, PMP, sorry, MRP and MPS.
Which what list? This?
Which information you consider the most important?
I would say the accuracy on the, you know, all the process starts with the salesman, which is, you know what salesman is?
Yeah.
Okay. They put together the information from all the customers and put it and upload it to the system. And what is more crucial or more critical is the accuracy. The accuracy on that information is crucial for us. So, for instance, if they upload 1 million parts of one part number, but at the end we only sell 500,000, we are getting using a lot of people, a lot of material, a lot of a huge budget. At the end, it is going to be useless because we are only selling the house.
Yeah, okay. Well, the next is, usually, how many people is involved in the development of these tools in the whole process?
In my, we are 10 people in the department. Some doing stuff like chasing the components. I mean, the planner buyers, and me and other people are doing stuff with customers, with salesmen, and with the customer demand basically. And as I explained in this call, those are connected, very well connected to us, to our work. And whatever we do on this side of the process is going to impact this other side of the process.
Okay. And how much does it affect the time you establish between the application of these 3 tools?
How long it takes, you said?
Yeah, how much does it affect?
Oh, it affects very much. I mean, you know, we are human, and at times we have typing errors, you know, error de dedo. And for instance, if we load 10 million of one product, when we try to put 100 pieces, we have an explosion on the other side, and the customer is going to say, hey, I can make 1 million parts of this one that you are requesting. Oh my gosh, this is an error, and we have to correct, and they have to correct that. And on the other side, if they can make it, they will going to make it, and they will send it over to us, and we have to pay.
And what obstacles have you encountered in implementing these tools?
I would say that everything is for rush in this corporation. I mean, I would say in every corporation, everything is for rush. And I think that's the challenge we have every time we need to update, or we need to do something different. We have to implement something. Everything is for rush. They want us to be in the next step of the process right away.
Okay. Well, and finally, can you give us a conclusion about these 3 tools?
I would say that it's a very interesting work to have a bunch of numbers in an Excel spreadsheet, and see how through a process you at the end see that those numbers become in a budget, become in a head count, become in chips, become in many things. I mean, it's great to know how it works, and I'm fine with that. No matter all the problems I've mentioned in this call.
Okay, thank you so much.
Well, that's basically it. Those were all the questions that we wanted to ask you. I wanna thank you again for your time. I know that time is the most, well, or one of the most important resources in a
Yes, it is.
company. We know that you are currently in your shift.
I'm happy to help. No problem.
And well, we hope we see each other in the future working. That
Okay.
would be a very great honor to
Okay.
work with.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Listo, Julia. No,